Wow, what a Thursday night football game. Tied 30-30 in overtime. 7 minutes, 50 some seconds left. So, anyhow, I wanted to give an update on the river indicator that I'm building for the Pivot Point trading program that's showcased at the proptradingindicators.com website. If you have any questions on the current special offer, should be up for another day or two. The $3.95 pricing. Once I release the river indicator, and then we're also getting an additional fully automated strategy. So this program will end up having two separate automated strategies. Then pricing is going to go up. So anyhow, I've left it at $3.95 for now at that introductory launch offer pricing. After talking to the programmer, it's his site, but I'm helping him get everything launched. So anyhow, the river indicator, it's getting there. The biggest thing I'm having issue with is the granularity or the fine tuning of the settings. So right now, when I make adjustments in the settings, the gap between setting adjustability is too big. So we're working on getting it more, kind of like, so when I change settings, there's very fine tuning adjustments made in where the signals are. So right now, I can look at the downturn of the river over so many bars. I can adjust that. We've got that working right. That was something we just added. But then we're looking at slope and different things. If I can't get the adjustability there and the fine tuning of the settings, I have one other idea that we could add that my programmer agrees could get us that fine tuning adjustability. And the reason is why I'm pushing to get it done so it's as perfect as possible, at least for an initial launch, is that we're using all different kinds of symmetrical Renkos. Some are using Livewire, some are using Ninja, some are using Unirenko, some are using Renko BXT that you can get from the NeuroStreet guys have that. So anyhow, I'm gonna tweet, just keep going back and forth. But programmer and I spent a lot of time on this today. So we made one little leap that fixed one issue that I didn't like. Now we're to the last thing, which is making sure that the adjustability in the indicator allows for fine-tuning adjustments. So right now, we have a length and deviation setting. The amount of bars, and it's not really bars, it has more to do with the line segment of the river, but how many bars we're considering something. And then this is the threshold. These are the two things. We added the bars today. That improved making the ability to fine-tunely adjust, and that's big about optimizing. So when I'm optimizing stuff, I want to be able to have the range of adjustability wide, but when I make numerical adjustments, I can have the indicator just very incrementally go in one direction of the adjustability of the other. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to add very precise incremental adjustability to the indicator, not big, like when I make an adjustment, it makes a big difference on where the symbol is. So we're getting there, and there's one other consideration to the slope and the angularity of the snap reversals. Like right now, I have it on a pretty sensitive setting. Like it's pretty sensitive where I have it set. Like to be able to pick up that is pretty sensitive. If I desensitize it, then there wouldn't be a trade right there, and there probably would not be one here and here. And some of that is I want the ability for you to adjust it so that trades like this, if you have it adjusted so it's not as sensitive, you won't even get these signals. These signals won't even appear because the pullback and lift isn't snappy enough, isn't sharp enough in how fast it snaps back in alignment with the trend, that you're really only going to then get the signals at the key pivot point, thus pivot point trading, at the key pivot points. So I'm trying to make it so you can desensitize the indicator, or I shouldn't say desensitize, make it slightly less responsive. So on the particular time frame and instrument you're on, you can get it to the point where only the key critical snap turning points of price are the ones that you're targeting. So that's always big, because when it comes to then attaching it to an automated strategy, I want to make sure you can be as picky as possible. What pivot points of price are the ones you want to target, so that the automation would then get you into a trade, place your stop for you, have a break-even threshold, market zips to the break-even threshold, stop goes to break-even plus. As it's running, you can use the trail stop mechanism we have to trail price. So here's price, then here's price, trail stops following, and eventually you get blipped out, or you get blipped out on a counter signal. You got your daily window, you've got your daily profit objective, daily loss limit, all that stuff added into the automated strategy, just like we always have. So let's get it right so it has really good adjustability out of the gates. And it's, I'll put it out as beta form, and I'm sure we'll tweak it and take client input and update it. But we're getting there now. One of the things we added today, and a modification we made, is starting to add that granular or very incremental fine-tuning capability that I got to have in the indicator, because I do some unique stuff with these kind of tools, and I want to be able to go on some time frames and make very minute, slow adjustments to keep making it less and less, or more and more responsive to price, to get it to target certain pivot points that I want to attack from an automated standpoint. And then, if I go up on higher time frames and I have it set, I could literally, the thing will just like nail the big move. And then in this overall thing, when it rotates down, I'll be short. And then when this rotates and goes up, I'll be long. And then along the way, then I'd be short. Then maybe I'd have a long and a short back to a long that would be a loser, and then a short. So in other words, I want to be able to make it so that I can just hit the bigger structural moves in price on higher time frames and have that fine-tuning adjustability in the indicator, so the symbols are targeting, for the most part, 90-95% of the exact pivot points that I want. And can you make an indicator perfect? No, but the stuff that I build is hybrid. It's unique. I don't use math that other people are using. I constantly spend time on quant areas where quants hang out and look at the math they're playing with. That's where I found the math to build some of the recent indicators I build for various programs. So, and then I found some new math they're working with now that I'm going to go spend some time and look at. That looks interesting on how it's able to minimize cyclical action in linear movements. Wow, that could end up being a game changer. So anyhow, there you have it. There's a little update. We're getting close. At a minimum, I'd like to get the indicator out in some form either tomorrow or on Saturday to our current group, but we'll get it done. And then once I have it out and get a range of client feedback in and, tweak it a bit, add anything that I would have never thought of, then the strategy will deploy that early next week after I've had some time to kind of get the indicator with the way I like it, plus any initial feedback or features that people like to see, get that added, then boom, throw out the strategy and add that to the program. So there you have it. Sorry for the long update, but really want to cover it. I'm getting tons of emails on this, so I want to make sure everybody's updated, know what's going on, and it's just I'm getting that last adjustability set the way I like it, and then we'll call it good and put it out to the group. So if you have questions, info@proptradingindicators.com, the current special offer. And remember, when you come in the program, anything that's added, and we're going to be adding a lot of stuff, anything that's added during your 6-month plan period or anything updated, you get that. That's included, even though you're coming in on the special offer pricing. I would venture to say by the end of December, the price will go to regular pricing of $595. That will be for people that want to come in, get access to the tools and automated strategies. And then since my programmer that owns a website and will be running the website is transitioning it for the long term to be like an indicator store, then there'll be bundles of indicators on a $395 quarterly subscription plan. So if somebody doesn't want automated strategies, they just want a bunch of indicators, they can do that. So the website will be evolving from the current special offer pricing now to $595 for indicators and automated strategies, 6-month plans, and then indicators only on $395 quarterly subscriptions. Anybody that comes in now, you get everything, and anything new we add, you get it. So that's the benefit we give to those coming on board new as part of a new program. Even though I've been building non-standard and hybrid tools for 15 plus years now. And this is all the same stuff that I build and use in my institutional FX automated trading side, trading 12 to 16 instrument FX portfolios fully automated. So there you have it. Have a great night. Info@proptradingindicators.com for any questions you have. Talk to you later.